Welcome back, beginners, to the Warframe Beginner's Guide to the Galaxy. I am the gamer under development, and before we get started today, I want to take 1 second to thank the patrons over on Patreon. That is Buzzkill McSquare, Bazzer, and of course, Lazy Dragon. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and check out the Patreon. The link for that is down in the description. You can do so for only $1 a month. With that said, let's jump right into the content. Alright, so today we're not going to be finishing off the Lich stuff we were doing last time because we have a new update to look at, which is Heart of Deimos. Now, I could have dove in last time, but I wasn't entirely sure about how it worked because I hadn't run through it on my main account yet. Now I have, so we're going to go right into that. One of the things I am going to do, though, is I'm going to switch us over to Rhino here, and that's mainly because if you're going into a new situation with a account that doesn't have access to a ton of stuff, Rhino is one of the tankiest frames you can bring for that, so we're going to take him out just to be sure. The other thing I recommend is we are going to be dealing with a lot of infested here, so one thing that can help with that is some simple heat damage. Heat damage is very good against the infested since typically they only have very large health pools instead of a ton of armor or a ton of shields. That being said, we are still taking the Zorus with us because I am still convinced the Zorus is going to be rather ridiculous for this. Now, in order to go to Cambion Drift, you have to have first unlocked the nodes up to the Cambion Drift. These are the formerly Orokin Derelict nodes, so you can actually do your Dragon Key hunting and stuff in these nodes now without having to build a Dragon Key, or Vault hunting rather. So that's something to keep in mind. The only two you'll need to do to get to Cambion Drift are Horrend and Flagius here. Flagius, I think I pronounced that right. So we need to activate the Heart of Deimos quest before we can go to the Cambion Drift, and now we can do so. Let's hop in. There's a whole bunch of new stuff here. Now this is stuff that, from what I've seen, is going to be more of a long-term thing for your Warframe. There is one thing in here, though, that you should absolutely get on nearly every new player account. And it's huge, guys. I showed you a little bit how to farm it in the past on Lua. This is a much easier way to farm it, though, but we do have to complete the Cambion Drift story quest in order to unlock the bounties that will allow you to farm it. This is a creepy, icky, nasty place to be, y'all. Even that flight in was a little bit... Did you guys see that being a little bit laggy there? There's been some bugs with the new release, so if you experience that, don't be surprised. I actually had one of the quests reset on me. And this is... Hello. What? I love this character. That's hilarious. This is, I believe the names on these two are Lloyd and Otak, but I'm not 100% sure.
I was handling orientation protocol. Sorry, Lloyd. It's just...
Yeah, there we go. Pretty sure it's Lloyd and Otak.
We are in crisis, Tenko. Our defense against the Grey Strain has failed. The Necrolisk is in lockdown, but it doesn't matter. The infestation has compromised the very heart itself. We have been forced to rephase into Martian. But how are you anyway? Things good?
How are you anyway? Things good?
I was saying, our defense situation is dire. Our remaining necromechs have reverted to their autonomous kill precepts.
And there's a Nasty in the background.
From those fingers.
Look at that Nasty. Lots of new infested enemies available in the Cambion Drift. Bitey Scratchikins, y'all.
You meet Mother, receive her instructions, and prevent the imminent intradimensional catastrophe. Demonstrate your combat readiness, and I will grant you the requisite security clearance.
That's code for throw the Zorus at stuff, guys.
What? Otak.
Yeah, Lloyd and Otak. See, I got it right. I love Otak. He's hilarious. Okay, so we did bring the Zorus, as I said. Since we're on Rhino, we can turn on Iron Skin, and the Zorus will not knock us down, so we can just throw an Insta-Detonate, which should help us easily kill the enemies they want us to kill in order to gain access to the Cambion Drift here. Just gonna buzz on through. It is worth noting that you can use your Arcwing here to get around. I'm not gonna use that right away, though, because it is kind of nice to just take in this scene. Look at this. This is just an insane visual to walk into. This is probably the thing I like most about the Cambion Drift and the Heart of Deimos expansion, is the aesthetic of the area, and just some of the visual work they've done is absolutely gorgeous. Like, standing here, this just looks like nothing else you've ever seen in Warframe. Even the Orokin Derelict, which had some of this kind of design aesthetic, did not have it to this degree. So this is quite nice, in my opinion, from an aesthetic perspective. That being said, the gameplay perspective I have on it is probably not going to be as favorable as people might think, and you'll understand why once we complete the main quest. There's some things about Cambion Drift that are different from, say, Plains of Eidolon or Fortuna, and those things kind of bother me a little bit, but I will explain that as we get there. For right now, though, we're just gonna buzz around. There are some unique things, like fishing here is very, very cool. So we want to kill those, they're going to protect themselves, we're going to have to kill all of these infested that spawn in the meantime. We're just gonna... How did I get knocked down? Did I already lose my iron skin? Okay. So yeah, same old, we can just chuck our Zorus here, kill everything. The Zorus is still ridiculously powerful. There will be some enemies that we can't tackle this easily, but for the most part we can tackle most of them with the Zorus just like this, and it's really not going to make that much of a difference. That is something that I'm slightly, like, meh about. I would like to see them maybe give the enemies some better resistances. Like, considering these are not Corpus enemies, although I guess realistically we're using viral damage on the Zorus, which is going to get to the infested one way or another. Since they do have massive health pools instead of any other real defenses, the viral proc will actually help us a lot because it increases damage directly to health pools. So yeah, I would assume that that's why we're kind of melting them so quickly with the Zorus. Maybe it's just that the Zorus needs another nerf. I think the explosion radius thing of the Zorus, if it was only available inside of the special mission that you get the Zorus for, would be a lot more balanced. I think it being available outside of that mission makes it incredibly strong. Like, ridiculously strong. The fact that we've been able to approach every bit of content we've faced since getting it with the Zorus without much issue at all is, to me, not a strong point. Like, there's one of the new enemies, we don't even get to experience how it works because we just melt it with the Zorus without a second thought. And I realize that that's definitely down to the level, and I'm sure that the Steel Path variant of this would be a lot tougher. But I don't know how many of you have done Steel Path, but the problem I have with the Steel Path is that there's, like... They talked about potentially doing a level 60 in-between area, and I think that would have been kind of wiser than doing what they did with Steel Path, which is level 100, and everything else being the normal level. Oh, Mother awaits. Okay. Let's go see Mother. Time to go say hi to the new Space Mom, y'all. This is good Space Mom. This is the Space Mom that swears. We like this Space Mom. Anyways, Steel Path being level 100 makes it very bullet spongy unless you're super, super optimized. So if you're squashing all the regular content easily, but you're not, like, ridiculously optimized with Riven mods and stuff like that, there's not a great content pool for you. Like, you need to be ridiculously optimized for Steel Path not to just be bullet sponge mode. Okay, so we got a little bit of Steel Meridian because we are wearing their symbol here. A little bit of Red Veil as the allied faction. Gonna go on into the new city zone. This is gorgeous, by the way. Like I said, the aesthetics for this are on point. Like, they're really, really good. What's up, Lloyd? Yeah, I can tell. It's all over everything. We're about to get to the nasty part of this, though, y'all. The nasty, nasty. Okay, I gotta check something in just a second. But for right now, we're just gonna keep walking to the nasty, nasty, which is right over here. Ooh, look at that Sindana. I like that Sindana right there. That's pretty slick. Okay. There we go. It's time to meet Mother, y'all. Indeed. What's left of her, anyway? It's super immersive that there's somebody dancing in the way of Mother so I can't actually see her. There we go. Meet the new Space Mom. The better Space Mom. Just wait for it, y'all. We like swearing Space Mom.
I have a
I'm just waiting for her to give us missions, actually. That'd be kind of slick.
All of Loke was before us. I had my proofs. My father's. I could hear him. I could hear him tapping at the untimed door.
Now, a lot of people are wondering if the tapping at the door thing is a reference to the man in the wall. It very well could be.
Congratulated me.
It's also sort of a heralding back to the Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see where that goes.
No, Mother. You did all of that.
Yes, you did.
You're as wormed as the rest of this place.
As wormed.
It's about to fail. Remember?
This is gonna get into some really interesting...
Functional?
Yes! Yes, Space Mom, do it! Drop the F-bomb, we love you.
Take more than an old Orokin thug to keep the heart beating.
We're an Orokin thug now, huh? Really?
I don't blame you. You're just the product. The Orokin
Lady,
never
please.
stands for my father's work, though I suppose you proved
Okay.
him right in the end.
We're not Orokin thugs, we do not work for the Orokin. Are you infested?
Miss Deimos. The infestation got to me and my
Okay.
family. Stole our names, our ideas.
Alright.
I can hear its high voice scratching in my mind.
Oh boy.
Stop beating. Let the door close forever.
This is gonna be where we get into something that feels kind of retcon-y to me and I'm not super fond of, but we'll get there when we get there.
I sleep.
Yeah. That's cool. Sleep and swear. We like New Space Mom.
It's what makes you special. You know that.
Here we go.
Right? All thanks to my father. It pumps the arteries of the here and the void. The Entrati family has maintained it for an age.
Uh-huh.
But it's breaking down. And only that idiot knows how to fix it.
Okay.
The man I used to call my husband.
So,
He's left for good this time. Maybe you can find him. Probably sulking somewhere outside.
okay. So our job is to go find Father so that he can repair the heart. The problem I have with this is that basically what they're saying is that the heart is where all of our void power comes from. And I mean, I guess it's not technically a retcon, but what about the whole Tenno spacecraft that was exposed to the void? So I'm assuming that the way that that works is that the heart has been sort of connecting this dimension to the void for before that time, and that we were just exposed to void energies on the ship. But it is kind of a question of, like, how does that actually interact with the older story? And I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, we're gonna head out to find Father in just a moment. Okay, so let's head out and go find Father. So it's definitely one of those things where I'm not sure if this is like a retcon or if it fits in with the old story. Let's go ahead and head out to find Father, and I guess we'll kind of fill those blanks in as we go.
Active necromech signals nearby.
Ah, Necromex. This is an interesting thing.
Fight. Whatever you do, don't mention Mother.
Right,
He hates more.
right. So we're supposed to find Father and tell him that Mother needs him to fix the heart without mentioning Mother. Seems good, guys. Seems good. Also, just like every other open world map, you can shoot things to collect resources. Those resources are rather useful as they can be traded in for some, not affinity, but, I mean, it is technically affinity, I guess. Yeah, some affinity tokens for different factions that we'll unlock later once we've completed this quest. There's one of the new nasties right there. That is a big new nasty. The Necromech is fighting the big new nasty. We're just gonna go ahead and Zorus. Now I'm curious how the Zorus will do against that thing. Okay, so it didn't kill it in one shot, but it took about half of its health, and I'm sure it'll get it on the second one. Now you do need to be aware it will stab those things up from the ground. It's actually kind of a pain because you can get wrecked by those without even knowing you're about to get wrecked by those. Hey, look at that. That was nice. We got a Nightwave completion just by scooping up energy orbs. And yeah, you can see the Zorus still knocks these out pretty well. We did just get a Necromech mod. That's going to give you a little hint of what is to come. Okay. Let us... Wait, you going to give us the next marker? Yeah. Alright, so now we need to find Father. Now, when you're looking for Father, it's sort of the same thing as Mother. You're looking for something that looks like what she was caught up in inside the city. So we will find that right there. You can see it right in front of us. Hello there. This should be Father. You fight well for a runt frame, huh?
You fight well for a runt frame.
Okay, okay.
I'm interested in something a little more old war-sized. Wait,
This is about to get interesting.
she didn't send you looking for me, did she? I am not going back.
Uh-huh. That's what they all say, buddy. Let me tell you, that's what we all say. Old war-sized.
Look, you were the second wave kid. The necromechs were void shielded,
Yeah.
sentient pulse immune. As bright as a bag of hammers, just as dependable. Not
Okay.
like you.
Wow, just crap on the Warframes, buddy. We matter too, okay? The necromechs, they didn't make it this far, we did, so what you got to say to that?
When I met her, Mother, she was as brilliant
Uh-huh.
as she was broken. Chasing her
Oh,
father's
how
ghost,
heartwarming.
Convinced he was still out there. I thought
See, it would be interesting if her father was the man in the
I
wall.
could fix her. Like she was a loose light board or leaky hydraulic.
It ain't that simple, buddy.
I am an idiot, but I'm a reformed idiot. I'm done with her. This
Wow.
heart is breaking
Alright,
down.
alright.
It's just
I respect that.
tactic of
I respect
hers.
that. I've been there.
See, everything has to be about her.
Nothing like getting caught up in family struggles.
We must prove to Father that the heart is deteriorating.
Okay.
This will be more dangerous than any gray strain monster we faced.
Alright.
We have to talk to
So now they're going to ask us to return to the Necrolisk, because we need to go have a chat with somebody that can help us convince Father of what's really going on. And if you thought the family times were going to end now, you were wrong. We are going to meet more and more members of the Entrati family as we go. And next up is one of my favorite. I love how it pulled me out of that flip right there. I've actually never seen a Necromech mod before this. I didn't get one on my main account, so this is kind of intriguing to me. Yeah, so there are Necromech mods, which let you know that Necromechs are a thing that come with this particular expansion. If you didn't know that already, we'll get to look at what those kind of function like a little bit later. Of course, we will be using a sort of bare-bones story Necromech. I'm sure that the ones you can build are much more powerful in the long run. Sup? Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Sister.
Organic Fair's Exoflesh.
I like the music that plays when you're chatting with her, unless this is just the city music.
You're a Tenno, aren't you?
Yes. I'm here about the heart.
You need me to tell you where it is. Which
Yes, I do.
I wouldn't have to bother with if not for my parents, whose collective heads
Okay.
are so far up their collective lower sigmoids. the
Lower
only
sigmoids.
area is
I do love the personalities of the Entrati family. They're very, very abrasive and entertaining.
kind of sweet, but look at us. We are beyond.
Yeah.
The disease vectors are too complex, changing faster than I can study them.
She tried, y'all. She tried to save them.
The inevitable. Look, if you help me get back some of what my brother shredded, I'd be happy to return the favor. Deal?
Man. Yeah, that's a deal. Okay, so we're gonna head out and help her find some more specimens and things, which we'll do in just 1 second. I need to do something real quick. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to interrupt, but the fiance ordered some donuts for breakfast, and they're here, so I was just letting her know real quick before we move on to the next part of this quest line. We are to enter the Cambion Drift and capture some specimens for Sister. This is actually one of my favorite parts. Do I have a fishing spear? I do. Okay. I don't know if that one will actually work, though. So I guess we'll find out. It's a very different thing fishing here in the Cambion Drift than anywhere else.
You're probably
Yes.
wondering what happens to it in the first place.
Okay.
Ask brother when you see him.
Wait until we meet Brother, y'all. Brother is a very interesting specimen case. Oh, by the way, that's Foss. Oh, Fass.
He's got bigger problems than you.
That is terrifying. But wait, there's more. Has anybody noticed yet that Vohm and Fass look exactly like the statues that you find in many of the Orokin structures? Because they do. They look very reminiscent of the statues you'll find inside of the Orokin Derelict and inside of the Void missions. Oh boy. So this is actually how the day-night mechanic works here in the Cambion Void. If Fass is up... Alright. So we can collect Foss parts now, or Fass parts now. Anyways, if Fass is up, it is a different phase than if Vohm is up. So those are the two different day-night cycle type things that go on here in the Cambion Drift. And there are also different things available during each, just like there are in the other open world zones. So in this instance, what we're doing is just collecting residue from the switch, which is a thing that happens normally as well. So you can also do that whenever the day-night cycle switches. There will be Vohm residue as well, depending on whether or not Fass comes out and shoots Vohm, or Vohm comes out and shoots Fass. So that is something you distinctly want to keep in mind if you are searching for those resources. You'll want to come right around the time that the cycle changes, which is of course listed on the star map as well as on several websites and things like that. You know, everybody has different sources they use for those types of cycle tracking. Alrighty, pop goes that. Let's get some more Foss pieces here. I am really glad that the heck like knocks out these Foss pieces really fast. I can't remember what I was using on my main, but I actually had to shoot these pieces multiple times and it just slowed the entire process down, so hello heck. Thank you for making things quicker. We're about to reach the part where I did have a bug when I went through this last time, so we'll see if that happens to me again. So now she wants us to catch some fish. Fish are very different here in the Cambion Drift. For one, you don't catch them from the water. The water is too viscous, there's no way to actually catch them. You can see one right there. Equip a fishing spear, okay? Oh, I do have the Lanzo's fishing spear as well. I'm gonna take the Lanzo fishing spear out. But you can see they're underwater. We're not gonna be able to get them when they're down there, but that's going to change in just a moment. And this is what makes fishing here in the Cambion Rift somewhat unique from any other area in the game. Yeah, I got you. Okay, it triggered. We did get fish collected 0 out of 3, so it did trigger properly. Hi there. You want to come up out of the water for me here real quick? There we go. So you can only catch fish when they are out of the water. You cannot catch them when they were in the water. There we go. We got our first Chimeros. Look at that thing. We also have our personal quarters on the ship now, and I'm actually curious whether or not you can put these in your personal quarters, because your personal quarters does have a fish tank where you can put fish from different areas. There's another Chimeros right there, and here's our third Chimeros if we catch one of these two. Alright, beautiful. Another large Chimeros. These function very much the same as the ones in Fortuna and Plains of Eidolon, in that there is somebody in town that will piece them out for you, or you can use them to trade for affinity and reputation. Or rather, reputation. There we go. Okay. Also, I didn't realize this, but we have... Oh, I understand now. So the Foss things are actually lures. They're actually lures. Okay. How do I toss one of those out, though? Oh, the Chimeros has spotted us, and now it's going to run away. Alright. Nicely done. So yeah, I'm not sure how we actually toss the lures out in this, but it does look like those Foss segment things are the lures. Hello there, you can die now. Let me pull this back out and see if we can... We're able to select it. A chunk of worm fresh, blah, 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 blah. Used to attract Glutonix, Ostamir, and Vitriospina. Oh, there we go. Nice. I didn't realize that before, so I was just kind of sitting here and waiting for everything to poke its head out. But yes, we do have collectible bait, which is actually really nice because it means we don't necessarily have to buy it. We can come collect it as the phases are changing, and that will allow us to more easily catch a variety of fish. Of course, I'm sure that there's something to do with, you know, different types of fish, like warm fish, cold fish type of thing. If we look at the map, there's not anything that distinctly points to one or the other, but it does tell us down on the bottom right that we are currently in Vome. It'll be boss in 45 minutes, or fast in 45 minutes. I gotta get that pronunciation right now that they actually have an in-game voice pronunciation for it. And we are going to hop back onto our Archwing here and head straight in. They're not going to let us in because there are infested at the door. So in order to get inside, we're going to have to kill all these infested, which is no big deal. We'll go ahead and do that. I'm not sure if this can actually occur during normal bounties and stuff, but if it can, that's an interesting little wrinkle, so to speak. That was not at all difficult to clear, though. The Zorus made that kind of silly. Let's go ahead and head back in. I think that there's, you know, now that I think about it, part of the thing that makes the Zorus nuts is the way that it works with Rhino, and I wonder if Rhino's immunity to being, like, knocked down when Iron Skin is up is maybe just a little bit too much. Because it was considered really OP to use the Kuva Brahma with him for the same reason, right? Because you could just shoot the AoE at your feet. So maybe that's something they should look at tuning, rather than necessarily going after the Zorus. Uh-oh. Here we go. This is about to get heavy.
But I was surprised to find a little box wrapped in a red bow.
How sweet.
From my family that never, ever remembered. The note
Okay.
said, best wishes for my best sis. Can you guess what was in the box?
Here we go. A fish, something sweet, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say... Let's just go through all of them. A fish.
A white powder, as smooth and fine as silk. My entire collection. Cremated, atomized, and returned as a gift by
Brother's a little messed up.
Brother. If you see him on your descent to the heart, don't be fooled. He'll stab you in the back if he thinks it'll get him a moment's notice from Mother.
Yeah, Brother is a little messed up. This is anything but a happy family. This is actually like Warframe's dysfunctional family right here. That's what this is. Okay, so now we have the means, though, to reach the heart. This is going to get a little nasty here, folks. I actually didn't, for a second, it took me a little while to actually find the way to continue this mission, and that's because the marker it gives you here is not particularly reliable. Let's go ahead and wait for a moment to see if it pops up and tells me where we need to be. Yeah, there we go. Okay, if you move too fast and you get past this, you won't be able to actually... Oh, foam residue. Hello. I'm just gonna scoop this up real quick because it's here. And I would like to collect the foam residue because we can use that as bait later to catch the fishes. I like the fishes because they're so... Actually, these fishes are probably not delicious. These are probably not delicious fishes. We do not want to eat these like goldfishes. Okay. That gets us through, and then this is the way down to the heart. Seems weird. Enter esophage. Yum. That was not fun. Especially not being burped out like that. You can knock those down, gather some resources from them. There are resources all over the Cambion Drift. And down we go. We are descending to the heart now. I'm gonna go ahead and put Iron Skin on here just in preparation because I'm assuming we will fight enemies. Nasty. Nasty. Feels like we're moving through the bowels of the Cambion Drift right now. And away we go. Why, hello there. That's not cool. That guy's gotta go. Alright, cool. Let's talk to the brother now. Yeah. Yeah. To be collared by your own mother. Who would have thought? Mother is for real. Yeah. Lloyd's cool, though. You're kind of creepy. Okay, here we go.
How many times do I have to say I'm sorry? I broke the containment protocol.
Yeah. Yeah.
And suddenly,
The infestation is basically the result of his failures.
Suddenly, something I'd done actually mattered. As if
Cool, you got attention and infested the galaxy. Great job, buddy.
The infestation will come for what's left of us in time.
You'll recall that Mother said that when the infestation creeped in, it got into their minds and started taking their ideas. The infestation, in my opinion, was able to spread from the planet by using the knowledge of the Entrati, and the only reason it ever got the Entrati was because Brother is a spaz. He broke the containment protocols and basically released the infestation upon the Entrati family, which thus released it upon the galaxy. Brother is a huge, huge failure.
Maybe it's not the abomination we think it is.
No, it's pretty much the abomination we think it is.
Maybe we ought to succumb to it. Let it win.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like your brain's been rotted by the infestation, buddy.
Victory looks like.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, so the solar rails used to be what you needed in order to do void relics, just in case anyone's wondering. Now they're just kind of a part of the game and not really relevant at all. But they are powered by the heart. Everything that is void fueled in the game is powered by the heart, including the Tenno. Which is why I'm like, okay, this is kind of potentially a retcon, but at the same time, I suppose that this is just the connection to the void that allowed the Tenno ship to be sort of taken by the void. Okay, that's not the right way. So we are descending to the Chamber of the Heart here, fighting our way through the infestation, and just wait, we're about to get to one of the more interesting parts of the story. Okay. So this is a puzzle. We have to pay attention to the door in order to know which symbols to hit first. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. If you notice, these are the same symbols that are used. Okay. So S, I, and then octopus at the bottom. Alright, so these are the same symbols that are used for your Requiem relics. S, I, this. There we go. Okay, that'll open it up nice and easy. The symbols do keep lighting up. You just have to be patient if you don't pay close enough attention the first time, which is just wasted time in my opinion, so. And now here we are, there's the heart. That is the heart of Deimos. That supplies the connection to the void. I have descended into the heart. Uh-oh. What is this? What's going on? Are we being ripped into the void? Dun dun dun. Necromech! That's a beefy boy. These are the precursors to the Tenno. These are more weapon than the Tenno are because the Tenno actually have personalities.
I didn't expect you to get through the door before I had a chance to finish. Forgive me. This is the only way.
Okay. No! They shot the heart. It's all over. We lose. The connection to the void is gone.
By the heart. It's dead.
I actually really like this sequence.
It's over.
Good. Good. You think this is good?
Oh, so you're talking to us now.
Mother, don't. This isn't the time.
Shut up. I want to see how low she can be. Of course you do. Anything to make you feel better about yourself.
I wonder where he gets that from.
Stop. At least you didn't try to kill me.
Oh, please. You've been playing dead since the day I was born.
Wow.
I wish you had.
Wow! You thought you had a dysfunctional family. Enter the Entratis. Okay, great.
Carefully. Getting back to the surface is not going to be easy.
We cannot bullet jump right now.
How to break this to you, but your Warframe, it's barely functional. You're going to have to
The fact that we can't bullet jump makes this feel like the most not Warframe segment in Warframe. But this is essentially a stealth segment where we do need to sneak past a bunch of necromechs to get out of here. Can't even tell that because the objective's fizzling out because your Warframe's all messed up, which is, you know, just part of the fun. Okay, let's just keep booking it. We do have to avoid the necromechs.
Another up ahead. Dodge for its pattern and try.
Alright. Yo. Come on, big boy. Get busy doing something else. There's nothing here. Good job. Good job. And I'm out. Let's go. Of course, we do want to keep an eye open because there are more necromechs around. There's that one right there. Oh, wow. He's coming straight at me. Okay, cool. He's going the other way now. So now we just need to kind of get past him. Alright, let's do it. Oh, it's so weird not to be able to bullet jump, guys. Not being able to bullet jump is insanely weird in this game. I mean, it's not just that we can't bullet jump either, because if we could, like, go into Tenno form, we could just void dash here as well. So I'm gonna look around here and see if I can determine how we get out of here. Uh-oh. Let's just go ahead and hide right here and wait. Gotta wait for that big boy to walk off. Oh, there's another big boy right there. Okay. Big boys everywhere. Oh, I got caught. Okay. Can you not, buddy? I couldn't let him pass before moving on. Like, I was... Lloyd, shut up. Otak is right, you're dumb. Okay, let's go this way. Or... Yeah, Otak is right, Lloyd's dumb. Okay, let's go while we have the chance. Oh, what?! How did I get caught? And now that guy's gonna be moving back, just wait. Okay, we're gonna try running again. All we gotta do is make it past here. Alright, we're out. Screw you guys, I'm going home. I thought I just heard one behind me too, though. That was actually slightly terrifying for a minute. I think we still got a few more to sneak past. Alright, maybe not. This could be the way out. Let's go. Straight on till morning, baby. Let me go. Oh, look at that. It's the sphincter. It do look like a giant sphincter. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta go through the sphincter of the heart. And that nasty thing right there looked like a heart itself or something. Oh, and also be aware there are like little pustules and things that explode on the side. If they hit you, they will kill you and send you back. So you do want to avoid those and just kind of barrel through this as quickly as you possibly can to get out. About 60 meters until we're clear, and then we're gonna get to the really, really fun part of this whole thing.
That means we can fix this. We can get the heart back if we work together.
Get me out of here. Oh, it ate me. Okay, good. Good, we're out. Okay, back we go to the Necromech. Alright, Necrolisk, here we come. When we get done here, I will show you guys the various different reputations that you can work on, as well as how to work those up, because they are all kind of unique, and they all provide different things. And that'll actually get into sort of my one issue with Heart of Deimos, which I will, as I said, go into when we get there. Mission complete. That hard lag down right there always throws me. Oh boy, we got a flechette. Super cool. Okay, here we go.
Even if I agreed to help, what about the necromechs?
Here we go.
Just one of those things.
I've got a little something that I've been saving for an occasion like this.
Alrighty, Father's got a trick up his sleeve.
The calculus data for a restart.
Okay.
10 quanta of leptosam. Son.
I have it. Should we wake up grandmother?
Let her sleep.
We haven't met grandmother yet. Okay, so they let us into the private chambers. Now that door is normally only passable in your operator form, so that's something to keep in mind when you next try to go through it. Look at that. We're gonna have fun with that thing here in just a moment.
Alright, with the void closing up,
Okay.
we're gonna be too weak to help in that frame.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me the necromech. Let's do it.
But she's got enough juice for one last ride. What do you say?
This is actually one of the funniest parts of this whole thing. Yes.
Idea. That's routed your Warframe impulse stream directly to Snake.
Right on.
She'll feel heavy, but you'll get used to it. Head outside, and we'll run a field test before your descent.
She'll feel heavy like flying a tank, yo. It's actually really good. Okay. Put me into the necromech. Let's go. You can dash the same you would in a Warframe. You can fly, you can hover, you can boom, 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 boom. So much power. The charge does consume energy though, and you'll see that energy refill. I'm trying to remember where on the screen. It's at the bottom right there. Okay. We also have abilities, which you can see on the bottom right. We're not going to really get into using those too much until it tells us to for the tutorial. Hey, can I still collect these? I can. Give me that Voam residue. Heck yeah. Alright, Voam residue everywhere. Let's go. Dash, homie, dash. Take me to the promised land. While you're dashing like this, too, you actually do knock enemies away and stuff, which is extremely useful. And definitely get used to using that dash, as it will be a key component of this quest. Which they don't tell you, and can actually be super frustrating if you don't figure it out on your own. I'm not sure if you can you crouch? You can crouch. You can't bullet jump in this, but you can crouch, which is interesting. Not sure what the purpose of crouching is. It does make you a lot more compact, I guess. I don't know if you could, like, sneak through areas with it. Could you imagine a stealth mission in this thing? They want to talk about how this is so much better than Warframes, but you can't do a stealth mission in this giant robot. Come on. How you gonna stealth in this? I guess if you're in this, though, you don't really need stealth, right? You're like, here's my stealth. I just kill everything that could catch me. Alright, come on. Recharge the engine. Let's go. Like, we're not even... I'm not even bothering to fight these enemies, but we could. If you press 1, you'll actually load up a canister that you can toss out, and it will explode when it lands, so it's basically just a grenade of sorts. We will end up using that a little bit later on here. But right now, though, I'm just moving past these guys. I don't really care. They can't really hurt me. You can see how much health we have up top. Okay, we've now unlocked the second ability, which electrifies the necromech, so that enemies that melee with us will actually take damage. More than electrifying the necromech, it also gives us a nice shield, which is actually kind of useful. You can see at the very top right, it says Void Rig, and there is essentially iron skin on this thing. Which is very, very nice. It does kind of kill everything you run by while you're doing it, though, too, which makes it extremely powerful. So this is essentially like a ground variant of the Arcwing, if you really want to think about it. Imagine the craziness that you can pull with this thing later on. Okay, deploy mines. So if we activate our 3 here, we can deploy mines all over the ground, and then enemies will run through them and take a lot of damage. But onward to the vault we go. Listen to this thing run, y'all. And we're gonna get wrecked at least one time, so you guys can hear the voice line, because sometimes you gotta hear it, guys. I'm telling you, it's great. Okay, let's go. There are some things that are done that remind you that DE is a studio of gamers. And I mean, honestly, somebody had to do this. Let's get there, and you guys will see what I mean. It's very entertaining. Okay, through here we go, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go through here. God, we still haven't even encountered anything that even, like, scratches the paint of this thing. I keep burning out my dash really, really quickly, though. And we are at the heart. It is time for 3 rounds in the NFC Fighting Championship. Necromech versus Necromech. Let's go. Oh, before the Necromech, though. Okay. We gotta take out these hives before they can actually fix this. Now, in order to take out the hives, we do the same things we did in the beginning, where we shoot the hive, we kill all the enemies that the hive spawns, and then we shoot the hive again. And as you can see, we have a lot of ammunition. It's stored over there on the bottom right. We're at about 148 shells left. We're just unloading. You can see the insane amounts of damage that this does. And now we can pop this. Yup, on to the next one. And as soon as we shoot it, it's going to defend itself. There we go, so we don't want to waste ammo shooting it too much. And then honestly, I'm going to try just chucking out these explosives and letting the explosives do the work. Seems like a good deal. They do chuck out in front of your necromech, so that's something to keep in mind. They don't actually follow your view. And I love that it spawns juggernauts and you're just like, Jugger trash. Jugger trash. I remember when juggernauts were scary, guys. Because they were at one point. They were pretty scary. Alright, kill that guy. Just splat all of these things. And then of course splat the hive, and now on to the last hive. Just gonna take a pot shot at it from range. Make sure that we are pointed the right way and try to activate my 3. I cannot because we're out of energy. Okay. No more 3s for me. You will want to conserve some energy here too, so keep that in mind. Hi there, friends. Just go ahead and wreck you up real quick. The necromech is fun though, don't get me wrong. Like, I do quite enjoy the mechanic of the necromech. It feels like you're driving around a super tank. But, you'll see why I have reservations about it in a moment. I wonder if this thing can tear up Eidolons, though. Now that I think about it, could you imagine if you could take this thing into combat against an Eidolon? How insane that would be? Wow. Just the thought of it. Just the absolute thought of it. Spore clusters are clear. You can begin repairs. Yes, I am. So now we've got an Omni tool, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually repair these cuts on the heart. That's one down. We can also repair the cuts on these. Some of these, in order to repair the cuts, you're going to have to hover a little bit. So don't be surprised by that. I think there's actually a way to, like, get a little more height, too. I just haven't figured it out quite yet. Let me try coming up here and just hovering from up here. Oh, I may not even need to hover. I bet you I can... Yeah, I can just hit it from up here. Okay. That's actually a lot easier. Okay, yeah, so just hit it from that side platform. Much, much easier than hovering to get it. Okay, let's get this heart cut right here. Come on. Come on. There we go. 2 more cuts to heal. One is right here, and it looks like we can reach it from the ground level, so that's fine. Just gonna move along the edges of the cut, try to seal that up. There we go, and then one last cut to go. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, restart sequence beginning. Let's do it. Yeah, so this is gonna be the end for poor Snake here. 2, 1. Really, guys?
Again. 3, 2, 1.
Really, guys?
Perfect. Just perfect.
I agree with him for once.
Doesn't make sense. Something
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You guys said you knew what you were doing.
Well, check them again.
Okay. They're starting to break down, y'all. There we go. The heart of Deimos is beating. And here comes trouble. Like how it landed on its head for no reason whatsoever. Okay, let's get it. So the way that you have to fight this thing is you have to dash to knock it down, and then once it's down, you work on its limbs. So I'm going to try to take off one of the arms, and then I'm going to move around, try to avoid it while it is in the air because I can't dash at it, and then boom, dash it again. Give me that same arm. It's the weak spots on the side of the arm that you want to hit. You can see the little bit of damage coming in when we do that. Bang, hit him again. Alright, one arm down. Knock him down again. Get that other arm. Oh, I said I was gonna die one time. Okay, let's die one time just so we can hear this, because it's funny. It's Campbell, y'all. It's Campbell. Colonel Campbell trying to help us out. Okay, kept the arm off at least, so there's that. Knock it down. Get that arm. Alright, arms are gone. Knock it down. Go the legs now, I think? No, no legs. Alright, it's still got the ability to shoot those things on the ground. So do we, though, so we're gonna lay ours down. It's not gonna do much to it, though. Did we just shoot it in the head now? The main thing is you want to be bringing the shield down, so if you can... Oh, did I die again? I did. Okay. Guess we'll get to see it twice. Now that the arms are gone, I'm not exactly sure where we're trying to hit it. I was going for legs, but that didn't seem to do much. Does it have an arm back now? It does. It repaired its arms? What? Get knocked down. How did it repair its arms? I don't have a repair ability. What the heck? I do have my 2, which puts up armor, though, so I'm gonna do that, and then charge it again. Okay. Oh, you don't even need to knock it down to take the arms off, I guess, so I'm just gonna go after the arms. Get wrecked. Knock it down. Nothing else seems to take damage. Oh, yeah, it does the face. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. And it recovered one of its arms in the process, too. So that's something to consider. It does get its arms back. Alright, where you at, you hunk of trouble? Okay, gonna put my Void Tech armor back up. And I had Void armor on there, so I'm not sure how it got me. I guess it got me with the ground things. That's frustrating. Alright, armor back up. Okay, Void armor is up. There it is. I think you gotta... Oh, no. No, 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 no. It has both of its arms back now. Come on. Alright. Get charged. Get charged again. Yeah, it's that skull right there. Okay, when it does that, I think we want to hover away. I'm also going to try to put my Void armor on. Very nice. And then I'm going to charge it and go in hard. Finished it. Beautiful. Damaged necromech casing. Alright. That's it. Now Snake dies for real. Me too. Snake was fun. Alright, let's do it. What is Mother's deal there? Yes. Arrest. All malicious and stuff. Okay, now we return to the Necrolis. We get our mission complete here. Complete with lag out for a moment. Get some endo, damaged necromech casing, foam residue, which we picked up on the way, and then an Orican orientation matrix. Okay, let's go have a little chit-chat. You'll notice that our quest icon is now taking us over here. It's time to meet the matriarch of the family. Here we go.
Oh, they're an insufferable lot, aren't they?
I love her flapper headpiece, though.
Blustery and spineless all at once. His absentee wife, mother, who can't see past what she's lost to see
Yeah.
what she has.
Yeah, that's true.
And who can blame the children?
Oh, the
Daughter,
children.
Trying to convince herself she's so different. It only makes her more the same. And the boy, poor son, he mistakes kindness for mediocrity. Who's he competing with other than himself? But in a crisis, they can come together.
Interesting, isn't it? Wait, did you...
I've no idea what you're talking about. But even as they've forgotten themselves, their names, their bonds, they might still be our family. See,
Oh, really?
you're an important part of that now. So maybe I can help you and your family. This Warframe, Zaku, somewhat of a family themselves.
Okay.
The son of many, a composite of others we lost in the ages that our Entranti family has served here.
Okay. Alright, so that gives us the Zaku blueprint. Go ahead and choose exit there.
Now, I think we've had more than enough excitement for one day.
And now we get to the part of Heart of Deimos that I'm not fond of. Okay, you go have a little lie down. We get the Deimos necrolis scene there, which is cool for Captura. So now if we talk to Grandmother...
You make sure you stay safe and snug, dear. Wrap
She's
up
such a sweet old lady.
A thief and a liar is Deimos. Steals over girls and boys and Cephalons too, like a nasty fog, until all
Okay.
the bright lights in your memory are quite blotted out.
Yes.
That's why they're like that, you see.
They've forgotten each other. They were actually a functional family at one point, if you can believe that.
Never that. Help me bring them back, would you, dear? Remember how it's done? Pinch of this, dab of that, mend a kettle, mend a heart, and it's all one.
Yeah, so all you have to do is put the Heart of Deimos under massive threat and you can get the family to cooperate. It's crazy. Okay, so you can trade tokens here for Entrati standing. There are mother tokens, grandmother's favor tokens, son tokens, Otak tokens, father tokens, and daughter tokens. There is a daily standing cap, but
Oh well, can't be helped.
well, let me just show you. Okay, so you can trade different tokens for other different tokens. Trade Entrati Intrigue. So if you trade in 10 Otak tokens and 2 Sun tokens, you get 2 Grandmother tokens. Alright, so what exactly are Grandmother tokens for? Well, they're used to buy specific things from Grandmother. Alright, so most of this stuff is decorative or Captura. No big deal there.
Of course. Take your time. Goodbye, dear.
Let's go ahead and take a look around at some of the other stuff that's available here. Now there is a mining shop. This is Otak.
I'm not Lloyd.
Lloyd is Lloyd. I love Otak.
Zotak. His personality was damaged
Yes.
irreparably by Deimos' energies,
Yes.
making it necessary to transfer
Okay.
his intelligence to this, our current shared form.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my attempted defragmentation of his persona matrix was not a complete success.
Alright.
Tell them about mining, Otak.
Yeah.
Mining. Oh yeah, mining. There are things to be mined. Minerals. We'll use the minerals to make
The things that are necessary for survival.
Yeah.
Ask politely, Otak.
Would you please mine the minerals?
The way that he says that, though. Okay, so extraction expeditions. These will allow us to trade minerals for Otak tokens. You're starting to see the picture, right? Of course, there's a special here where you can just buy minerals for platinum, and then there are wares you can browse, which we're already accustomed to this. These are different cuts for the gems that you'll mine here, but it's more the tokens that are really kind of frustrating to me. Because now you have Otak tokens, which you can trade to get Grandmother tokens, which you can trade to get lots and lots of token conversion, and I'm more than willing to bet that if you actually crunch the numbers on the token conversion, that converting tokens from one type to another is just a cost sink. To me, it feels like they added a...
And pay attention.
Yes, I like this guy.
Just one branch of the project. You keep on like this, and I might might cut you in on more of what I've really been working on.
Oh, y'all hear that?
Got a taste of it already, didn't you?
Yeah, that necromech. Okay, so once again, my point is that these conversions, I'm more than willing to bet that these conversions become more costly over time, especially when you're converting from one type to another. There are some new weapons available here, though. You can see the Deimos blueprint, the Keratinos blueprint. There's also blueprints for the parts for that. The Trumna blueprint. This is another weapon that you can grab. There are mods here that are for some primed weapons, which are very nice. Like the Soma Prime has the Hada Satya here. Each hit increases crit chance by 1.2%, resets upon reloading or holstering. The Visage Ball restore 300 health for every 3 status effects being applied by the Paris Prime, which has a 90% status chance. The Zavzat Car, which is plus 75% ammo efficiency while airborne for the AK Stiletto Primes. And then the Damzav Vati, which is the AK Bronco Prime mod that just adds 240% viral damage. That's crazy right there. Anyways, so yeah, you can build new weapons here. There are pieces. There's also the Sepulchrum. I haven't actually built any of these new weapons, but I hear the Keratinos is really, really, really strong. Like, really strong. So I would definitely look into getting those at some point.
Can't tempt you.
Now, once again, though, I wanna point out that we need to get father tokens to buy those. So we can get 1 token for 9 ganglions, which we collected just out on the map. And how many tokens would it take to get this? Wait, okay, so these don't take father tokens. These just take reputation. Alright. So you're starting to see why this is a little bit wonky here. So we get father tokens, but father tokens are not really, like, for father. They're actually for converting with grandmother, I'm assuming, since that seems to be all they do. Let's see. Trade tokens for Entrati standing. Oh, you can trade them for standing as well. Father tokens are worth 100. They're all worth 100. It just seems needlessly complicated. Grandmother tokens are worth 1,500, which means that exchanging family tokens for grandmother tokens might be more valuable. For example, 10 mother tokens would get us a single grandmother token, which is worth 1,500, but how much is a single mother token worth? 100. So that would be a trade up, but I'm sure that some of those are also trade downs when you think about it. Like right here, we're getting, oh, that's 3 times grandmother token. Okay, so 3 times grandmother token for 2,200, it looks like. Let me take a look at that. Or that's the wrong one. This one. Oh no, sun tokens are worth 500, so that's 3,000 worth of reputation for 3 grandmother tokens, which is, what, 4,500? So you do get a slight uptake, but you do have to come trade them here. I mean, it just seems needlessly overcomplicated to me. That's all. It's not a huge gripe, it just seems needlessly overcomplicated. I'm actually surprised that father doesn't take father tokens for stuff, because I had kind of assumed that that would be the reason they would have different tokens, but I guess I was wrong there. Now we also have Son, who's living here now. Still got the collar around his neck. Okay. Sure you do, buddy. Sure you do.
Whether I chose her or not.
Great. Good for you. Gross.
We are truly become one flesh.
Gross.
I crave to understand her for myself.
Something tells me this dude's gonna turn into a villain at some point.
Her processes and function. Wildlife. I will provide.
Okay.
If I am to understand them, I require them intact. You sedate them. I shall arrange retrieval. You
Great.
shall be rewarded.
Great. You want to maybe let me look at your stuff now? Look at this. Just look at this. Okay, so Predacite. This is one of the new pets that you can make. Ironically, there are new pets right after they pull out the need to buy stasis chambers for pets. Almost like they anticipated that people would be very, very upset if they still had to pay plat to buy stasis chambers when one of the rewards from this was going to be crafting new pets. There's a bunch of different mutations that seem to primarily change the appearance of the pets, but may also have other effects. I am not entirely sure at this point.
As you wish.
So yeah, now this is just how we combine all these pieces. We do have to purchase these pieces from brother or son rather to get it. There's also this one, which is more of a cat type. I'm just gonna put 3 together here so we can see what they look like real quick. I mean, I guess it has like a dog's face, but it's more of a, well, no, I guess it's still kind of a dog's build too. So just some different critters that you can put together. Now, in order to do that, you will need to buy things from brother with influence, and those things are right here. You actually get blueprints for them, which then require more materials. So basically, it's just a massive, massive grind. Like, it's going to be a massive grind to get anything from here at all. Which is kind of a big turnoff for me, personally. This is interesting because... Oh, that's why. You actually... It seems like you actually need to catch the Predacites if you want to... Well, no, because that's just for catching a Predacite. It's weird to me that there's 2 different Echolures here. Oh, those are the pheromones to increase the... Just before the Echolure to increase the chance of attacking a rare subspecies. Okay, so there's a couple different things here. This is just sort of the same thing of capturing stuff. The Helminth Segment Blueprint. Empower the Helminth in your orbiter and unlock the transfer of new abilities to your Warframe. So that's 1,500 or 15,000 influence right there on its own, and you have to reach Associate with it in order to even access it. So one of the main features they showed off for this is hidden that far behind, which is, you know, kind of not great. And then we can get Sun tokens here by trading in tags, which once again we can trade for Grandmother tokens to get more rep, now that we know that. And then you can also trade tags for floofs, which of course is what makes hunting things so great. Trading for floofs is awesome. These are creepy floofs, though. And then there's today's special, as always, where you can just buy some tags for plat. And then experimental procedure, which allows you to guild these new pets, release them, or entitle them. So they're basically the kit guns of this area. Let's go see what Mother has. Mother, I believe, is the bounty person.
This is not how I would have chosen to welcome a colleague.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Embarrassment is a luxury I discarded long ago.
That's okay. Patience is a luxury I discarded long ago. You maybe want to get to the point so that I can actually show people what we can do with you.
My husband, a mealy-mouthed relic of his old self.
And you just running off at the mouth.
Let me down.
Everybody in this family, they just run off at the mouth. Come on.
I barely find them tolerable.
I barely find you tolerable. Let me see the bounties.
We will work well together.
Yeah. Just, come on, Space Mom. Either swear or give me bounties. One of these 2 things is what I'm looking for from you. Okay, so we can see our Atrati standing with her. We can see what our rank ups look like. We need a spinal core section, which comes from a Vitriospina or a Condorcord. These may be fish that we have to catch. I'm assuming that's what those are. And then bounties here. Now this is where things get really, really interesting. The Isolation Vault. Clear all 3 while in Cambion Drift within 1 worm cycle for the rarest rewards. I've not done one of these yet. Oh, no. I didn't want to do that. Nope. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see the rewards from that. Thanks. Oh god, please don't make me listen to you talk for 20 minutes now. No. Okay, good. So, this is sort of the high-end mission that is available from her. You can get Necromech parts here that you'll need to build your Necromech, presumably. You can also get the latest Axii relics, Neo relics, things like that. And then, of course, there are some gems and things that are available. There's some different stuff that are required to make more stuff for your Necromech here as well. And then the bounties have pieces for Zaku. They have blueprints for Zaku's new Warfan weapon. But more importantly, they have lenses and things, and this. Blood Rush is now available as an uncommon reward from these mission cycles, so you no longer have to farm Lua to get it. You can just come here and get it. It is quite nice. Definitely worth running these to get that. It is a hugely important mod for melee weapons, and I would recommend picking it up if you do not already have it as a new player. Argon Scope is interesting as well. On headshot, 135% crit chance when aiming for 9 seconds. That's extremely powerful. And then, of course, there are more bounties here with different things. There are new sets. These sets are rather interesting. The Karnas set, killing an enemy with a heavy attack grants 10% evasion and immunity to status effects for 2 seconds. This mod also adds 90%/60% status chance to a pistol. The Carapace is the same for all of them. It's 60% armor and 90% health, but there are 3 different sets. This is the one that contributes to the killing an enemy with a heavy attack thing, which is very good. And then the Karnas Mandible is 90%/60% status. So once again, this particular set is the one that stands out to me the most as something you should aim for as a new player. Killing something with a heavy attack granting 10% evasion and immunity to status effects is pretty big. The other one is Jugulus Barbs here, which is puncture damage and status chance. Puncture's not as good in general. Slam attacks manifest tendrils to lash enemies within 3 meters, dealing 25 puncture damage. Once again, puncture damage is not as great in general, so this is not really a set that I'm fond of. And then there is the impact status chance of Saxon Spittle, or the Spittle set, which is lifted enemies explode on death, dealing 10% enemy max health as impact damage in a 2-meter radius. So with the right frame, this is really strong. Like, this would be pretty good, for example, with Vauban. But for most frames, this isn't going to be great. The status chance is nice. The status chance could be desirable if you're just trying to stack as much status chance as possible on a weapon. That could be huge, but otherwise... And honestly, there are 60/60 mods that will replace this, like 60% heat, 60% status chance. So unless you really need that extra 60% status chance past the Karnas set, these other 2 sets don't seem very good to me. That is just my opinion, though, and I may be wrong about that. Yeah, so some credit caches in here. The lowest level one really doesn't have anything that makes it worth doing, in my opinion. Bladed rounds, on kill 120% critical damage when aiming for 9 seconds. Like, these critical mod things are insane to me. On kill 75% critical while aiming. Those just seem really, really strong. Yeah, and then there's the Zaku blueprints. So, bounties, much like we had in other places, there are, of course, some great rewards like we were talking about with Blood Rush. There is one more person I believe we need to go take a look at. Actually, 2 now that I think about it. One is Sister, and then the other is going to be sort of the Necromech vendor, which we'll get to in just a moment. Hello, Sister. What's up? How you doing?
This would be where I showed you my birthright of ancestral fish.
Okay.
But, well, you've already met my charming brother. Some remnants of the original genetic matrix appear to have survived in the exocrine, though the infestation is steadily claiming them.
Yes.
If you can catch any and bring them to me, I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
You can salvage anything useful. I can't undo what he did, but I won't let him have the last word.
We get it. You're verbose. Can I now see your menus, please? Thank you. Exocrine assignment. So this is what allows us to trade for her stuff, which comes from various different things that are probably from fish, I'm assuming. So we go back here. We can browse wares. There is the Sparry Spear. Plumb the depths with this crafty fishing spear that's barely detectable to infested and hybrid infested due to its infested aspect. It's one of the only known things that can pass through exocrine. So you can actually fish in the exocrine with this, which is very nice. And then there's the Ibisu Sphere. Its unique infested properties allow it to pass through the surface. Strike silent, strike deep. So this one just goes to deeper depths, which I'm assuming allows you to get different fish. Processed residue, which I'm sure you'll be able to use in order to lure bigger fish up, and of course there are trophies for each fish here. And then we also have access to today's special, where you can buy fish pieces, but there's really no point to that in my opinion. And then of course you can have her cut fish, so we could have her cut one of these chimeros here and just see what we get. So we got benign infested tumor, ferment bladder, and saturated muscle mass. That is gross. Anyways. So yeah, that's the fishing vendor. Nothing particularly new or surprising there. The whole token system to me is just really, really obfuscated and unnecessarily unclear. Here's the area that is only accessible with your operator, as we were discussing earlier. You cannot void sneak here, which means you cannot void dash because we're in town, but you can run, so I'm just gonna book it all the way to the back here and have a little chat with this guy. Interesting. I wonder if you can just bring your frame in here after you're already in here, then. Weird. I wonder if only Zaku is allowed in here. That might be the case. Zaku as a frame might be allowed to come in here, but every other frame may not. Or that person may still be on the earlier part of the quest line where you're actually allowed back here in your Warframe. Interesting. Anyways, this is where we talk to Lloyd. This is Lloyd's specific vendor booth.
We never receive visitors.
You'll notice the Requiem mods in the schools up on the back walls and stuff. Or those, I guess those are more the Requiem mods, the void symbols, than anything else. They're not the schools. Okay. So Necroloid standing is a separate standing, once again. This is going to require a lot of different things. As you can see, in order just to rank it up to 2 here, we need a lot of stuff. Void traces, Orcan orientation matrices, Deimos blueprints, and a father token on top of it. The offerings available here are a Void Rig casing, a Void Rig engine, Void Rig capsule. As you can see, these are all the pieces that we're going to need to make a Necromech, and it is not a small number of pieces. And then we can browse wares here. Oh, that's what we just did. My bad. Trade Orcan matrices for reputation. So these Orcan matrices you get are also what you trade for rep here. Daily standing cap for me is currently 13k, which means in theory I could push this up in one day, probably twice, maybe only once. Anyways, it's basically just a bunch of grind. The fact that it's a bunch of grind and that they added in the token thing that is kind of confusing and overcomplicated to me is something that makes me less excited about doing this. But also just the fact that it's like, okay, so now there's just essentially a lot more grind. I think what I had hoped for with this, that I perhaps maybe shouldn't have, was I had hoped for a little bit more story. And maybe there's something to that in the isolation vaults. I've never actually done one of those yet. So it could... No. I don't want a squad. I want to leave. So it could very well be that is a difference maker in and of itself and something I haven't actually gotten into. Okay, connection has been lost with the host. I left, so I'm assuming the connection was lost with the host. Oh, it's going to send me back to the Necrolisk, which is, interestingly enough, considered Faction Tenno, although I would consider this maybe Faction Entrati instead. Anyways. That is the new Heart of Deimos area. That is all the different things you can do in it. Let me know what you find as you're exploring Deimos, how you feel about it, because maybe I'm just being too harsh on it and overjudging the obfuscation of the systems, but I do think it's a lot more complex, I think, than the other 2 areas really are, and then it necessarily needs to be with the whole token trading bit. I mean, I didn't really like the bonds and stuff in Fortuna, but I guess it's reminiscent of that, but still different, because at least there you could just buy like different bonds and things. Here it's going to be more of a run around and collect a bunch of crap just so that you can get tokens so that you can rank up. But maybe it's not that bad and I just don't have the experience with it because I haven't gone through too much of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!